Hello, how you guys doing today? This is Chef Sean with another installment of Food is Medicine. And today we have a wonderful recipe for you. It's gonna be a one-pan item, roughly about 6 ingredients, and we're gonna have fun with that. And our main ingredient today is cabbage, all right? So what we're gonna do is a dish today called melting cabbage, all right? I know a lot of times you think about cabbage, coleslaw, or sauerkraut, or we just may simply think about it as a Thanksgiving dish, or may even saute our cabbage. But this is the one way in which you can actually make your cabbage the star of the plate. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it right down. I know, right? Cabbage is a little thick, it's a little tough. There we go. All right, and in this instance, you don't wanna take the core out. You wanna leave that in there because it's gonna hold everything together. All right, and while I do that, let me cut my flame on here. And I'm gonna bring it to a medium-low heat. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna cut this here into 4 wedges. All right. 4 wedges. All right, that's that, and I'll set this right over here. All right, so now while this is going, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil here. This is not extra virgin olive oil. This is strictly olive oil. And the thing is, with extra virgin olive oil, it has a lower burn point, so it gets acidic the hotter that it gets, okay? So olive oil is great for sauteing. It's great for searing. It's great for items like this, all right? But you don't want to fry necessarily with olive oil, again, because it has a lower burn point, all right? So what I want to do is here, I just want to swoosh this around the pan a little bit. Let that pan get nice and hot. And while I do that, another one of our ingredients that we're gonna use in this dish is onion. All right? So I'm just gonna take the top off here. We always leave the root in when we're cutting. Why? Because it holds everything together. All right, have my trusty garbage bowl over here. Keep a garbage bowl next to you. So this way you can always throw everything in that and you don't have to look for your garbage can every 5 minutes. All right? And remember what we said in the last class. You always must have your what set up? Your mise en place. So now I don't have to run around the kitchen. Nobody wants to do that. You trip and fall, you burn your cabbage, then you're upset. Why would we want to do that? You know, we like a good cabbage. All right, so the great thing about this recipe, it has a few ingredients in it, but it really elevates the flavor of the cabbage. Makes it nice and sweet, but it's super tender. It's almost like a cabbage steak per se. All right, so I'm just gonna slice these, julienne these real quick. Matter of fact, we're gonna use the whole onion. There's no point in saving the onion. No point in cutting half an onion. Why? Why? What are we gonna do with it? All right, so let me just peel the skin off. Fun fact, a lot of times we peel the skin off of the onion and we just throw it right in the garbage. You know, if you dehydrate it, just put it in your oven for about 150 degrees for about 2 hours per se. You can make your own onion powder. Look at there, you just learned something that quick. All right, it might even save you a little bit of money. Or in a pinch, you don't have to run out to the store. You have it, right? Oh, off of there, get off of there, get off of there. Yes, I talk to my food, I talk to my knives, I talk to all of my equipment. They are my friends, you know. It's sort of like my imaginary friends, but they're real, they just don't talk back. They just do stuff that I don't want to do sometimes, you know, so don't mind me. All right, boom. All right, so now this pan is nice and hot. As you see, there's some heat coming off of here. All right, let me bring that flame temperature down just a little bit, move that oil around just a little bit. And now I'm just gonna place this wedge in here. That's what you wanna hear. So I mean, and especially let's say if you enjoy a good cauliflower steak or something like that, this could be a nice alternative. All right? All right. And we're gonna let that go. We want it to caramelize. We want it to pull those natural sugars out of the cabbage. All right? In an interim, we're gonna talk about some of the other ingredients that's gonna be in here. All right, so what we have here, we have some tomato paste. We have some coarse ground black pepper. You don't have to use coarse ground, it's my preference. We have kosher salt. Kosher salt is always preference for cooking, for me anyway. We have some cumin. And we have caraway seeds. Now I know a lot of people are like, oh, what are caraway seeds? We don't normally use it. Well, it's in the parsley family, all right? And it has a nice clean taste to it, but it's really gonna accentuate the flavors of the cabbage, heighten them, break them up a little bit, and it's gonna make it a nice, easy, and great meal for you, all right? So now all we wanna do here is gonna kind of press this down. I know some people worry about oil and things of that nature and heat, but don't, you know, but then again, I got chef hands, which means I could probably put my hand in a 400-degree oven and touch something and not worry about it. That's not for you to do. That's for me to do, okay? I'm the stunt man in this video, all right? All right. So now we're not gonna season them right here, all right? I know first thing everybody's saying, oh, there's no salt, there's no pepper. We're not seasoning them right here. Well, one of the things that salt does for cabbage, it actually pulls the moisture out. So we don't want that to happen. We don't want it to start releasing water into the oil, and then you really have a mess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait till we're done, then we're gonna salt and pepper the cabbage and sit it to the side until we make the sauce, and then we're gonna put everything together, okay? You guys are with me? I don't hear, oh, forgot some video. But you got it. I'm sure you're with me. I can hear you in my heart of hearts and my ears of ears. You're saying, yeah, we got it. So now if you see that we flipped our cabbage, you see it has a really nice color to it. It's nice and caramelized, and we still have not seasoned this as yet. But if you came in here, if you smelled it, like, so look, just take that. You can smell it, right? It almost smells like there's butter in the pan with it and it's already been salted and peppered. Like, it really smells amazing, and we haven't done anything to it yet. So this is a really good indication of which way this is going to go. All right, so now the only thing is, I just want to get this other side nicely caramelized. So let me just check that. Okay, we're not quite there yet. So we're gonna give it about another 2 minutes, and then we're gonna move it to a bowl, and then we're gonna caramelize some onions and make the sauce, all right? All right, so look, these are nice and ready right here. All right, they're nice and caramelized on both sides. Look at that beautiful color there. You see that? All right, so we're gonna pull these out. Oh yes. We're gonna set this in this bowl. And now I'm gonna do the thing that you guys have been waiting for me to do. I'm gonna season it. All right, a little salt. All right, a little salt right there, and a little black coarse pepper. Then we're gonna just set this to the side here. Now in that same pan, with that same oil, I'm just gonna take all of these onions. So these are sweet Vidalia onions. And I'm just throwing these right in here, and I'm just gonna let these caramelize. All right, we're just gonna cook these down a little bit. All right. I'm probably gonna add just a little touch of oil in here. There we go. There we go. Now they dancing. Now they dancing. You hear that? And all we want this to do is just to get nice and soft. All right. All right, oh, look at that. See how it's getting that color already? And so now we had the cabbage in here, so the flavors are really melding. And so the slightly bitter but sweetness of the cabbage is gonna really meld with the sweetness of the Vidalia onion and that tang that you get. All right? And so we're gonna let these cook down, and then we're gonna do some more stuff with it, all right? So we're gonna add some things to this pan, and it's gonna be a really, really wonderful experience. So, you know, just bear with us, and we'll be back. All right, now you see our onions are nice and translucent and soft and malleable. All right, so that's what we want. We want nice soft onions here. This is when the sugars actually start pulling out of it and start breaking down a little bit. All right, and so now what I'm gonna do is here, I'm gonna season it, all right? And now me, I'm normally a feel person, but today I'm gonna measure stuff. All right? Gonna work with me here? All right, so we're gonna use a half a teaspoon of salt. All right, we're gonna do the same in pepper. All right, then we're gonna do a quarter teaspoon of cumin. And then we're going to do a full teaspoon of caraway seeds. All right. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to do a tablespoon of tomato paste and add that right in here. There might be a little bit more, but who cares? All right. Now we're going to put all of that in here. Move that about just a little bit. All right. We're going to add a little bit of vegetable broth. Yeah, so this dish is 100% vegan. You can use chicken or turkey stock if you like. So here I'm using roughly about, I would say about a cup and a half. All right. And we're going to let that come up to a boil. We want it to reduce just a little bit. All right. And what's going to happen is we're just going to place the cabbage right back in here. All right. All right. Going to put this right in here one by one. Here we go. All right. And this is where the melting part comes in at. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to the convection oven and we're going to roast this for roughly about 15 to 20 minutes. All right. And I'm putting that in at 375. All right. We have the finished product right here. All right. And look at that. Look at that right there. All right. So your cabbage is officially melted. All right, we're just going to take some of this broth that we made here, and we're just going to spoon that right over top of it. Just coat that on there. Oh, God, look at that. And that's really, really amazing. And so what I'm going to do now is we're going to plate it. And what happens after we plate it? Get in my... Yeah, exactly. I can't say the whole thing. You know why. Copyright infringement. Bah, bah, bah. All right, so here we go. So I'm just going to take, oh, that pan is still hot. Remember, don't be me. I just did a bad thing. Always keep your hand towel or your hot hands ready. We're going to take this whole thing right here. We're going to place this right here in the center of this plate. Oh, because it's falling apart. So tender, we're going to take some of that jus. We're going to put that right over there. All right. Now, if you want, there's a couple of things that you could do here. Let's say for the sauce itself, if you wanted to add a little heavy cream to it before you put that in, that's your preference. But if you're lactose intolerant, it's fine not to have it. Or you can finish this with just a little bit of yogurt. All right. You just place some of that right on top, right there. All right. When it's all said and done, we want to give it another little sprinkling of cumin. Pow! And there you have it, your melted cabbage. All right, look at that right there. All right.